In this video, I am going to go back to the FTP programs that we had talked about. I'm not necessarily going to show you the download and install of these programs, but I do want to show you the setup of how these programs get put together and the information that you're going to need to have handy so that you can get these programs up and running. Now remember, we had FileZilla, which is you can download this, install it. You just go through the process of hitting the download button and then going ahead and downloading this to your computer. Okay, so we can get that going, but I've already downloaded it. I already have it on my computer, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop this process right now. The other one is an add-on for Firefox. So if you add this extension to Firefox, what it does is it places it right in your tools area. Let me go ahead and move this down a bit for you. You can see in my browser I have a tools section, and then I go to web developer, and Fire FTP just shows up right here. So I click on that and immediately it fires up my FTP program. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get this set up on both Fire FTP and FileZilla. Let's go ahead and head over to Fire FTP. This is really easy to set up. What I'm going to need are my server details, which are located right here. So I have those handy. What I'm going to do is just simply click on this drop down area and click Create an Account. Here I am going to put online marketing video tutorials. Actually, it's tutorial videos. And you can actually name it whatever you like. I just like naming it the name of the domain. I'm going to go ahead and put my host in there. Now my host is the IP address that you get right here off of your server details. That's the host that I'm going to be using. Then I need a login. So I'm going to go ahead and put my username here. And I'm going to put a password that I set up. And that's going to be pretty much it. I'm going to click OK. And then I'm going to click Connect. Once I hit Connect, you can see that now I have logged into my server side. This on the left side is everything that's on my own system, on my desktop. Everything that I have is included right here. You can see my desktop items and different items that I have. But this side is my server side. So if I open up the public HTML, you can see there is nothing included on this page. Okay, on this server. This is an empty server. So I have been able to log into my FTP using my server details, and now I can log in to my server. So if I go over to online marketing tutorialvideos.com, I now have a blank domain. I have nothing in it but this CGI bin, and it's the same thing you see right here. Okay, so that was pretty easy to do, right? Now I have that connection, that bridge to send my files over using Fire FTP. So with FileZilla, the process is pretty much the same. There's a little bit of a difference as far as putting in your details, but you do need your hosting details. So we'll go ahead and hit this button right here in the left corner. We're going to hit New Site. We're going to make sure that this says File Transfer Protocol. And then for the encryption, we'll go ahead and just use plain FTP. All right, the login type, we're going to ask for a password. For the user, we'll go ahead and put our username from our hosting account. paste that right in there. Actually, here we're going to put normal. Login type is going to be normal. So we'll have our user, we'll have our password. Let me go ahead and type in the hosting password, and we'll go ahead and click connect. Oh, you have to enter a host name. I forgot about the host name. For host name, we'll go ahead and put in our domain name. Okay, onlinemarketingtutorials.com. Click connect, and there we are. We have now connected to our server. You can see on the right side here, there's our CGI bin, and that's all that is currently on our server. This left side is what's on my hard drive. Okay, so we have our desktop, we have things that I have on my computer, and those are all located right here on the left-hand side. So now we can start putting files over to our server using our file transfer protocol. All right, so now we're set up. We're going to go over a few more things in the next video, and that should pretty much wrap up our basic online marketing tutorial videos. Thanks for watching. In this video, I am going to cover the final process here of showing you how to transfer some files over to your domain using that bridge, that FTP bridge that we had talked about previously. In the previous video, we got it all set up. We put in our hosting details, and we took care of all that. So this video is going to work or be a little bit quicker than I had initially anticipated, because I was going to cover these items while I was covering the whole FTP process. But I kind of jumped the gun because I think it went really well with downloading our programs and getting those all installed. So what we did previously is we logged in to our FTP program by putting in our info from our hosting provider. We use this detail items here, and while I'm talking about this, I just want to talk about being organized. You're going to want to make sure that you have everything organized from the beginning to the end. I just use a simple notepad. I keep everything tracked here, my name servers, all my server details. I'll put my URL, my password, everything here on this notepad so that I have this working copy. I'll then either put this notepad on a jump drive, I'll put it on a cloud hosting like Dropbox or Amazon S3, just so I can have these details handy whenever I need them. Okay, so we showed you in the last video how to connect to an FTP server, but what this video is going to be about is basically transferring files. Okay, it's the last step in finally getting your bridge to carry those files over to your server and having your domain have actually something on it, right? That's the whole purpose of going through this whole workshop. So let's head on over to Fire FTP, and like I've told you before, this is the FTP software that I choose to be the best. I mean, you can use FileZilla. I like using this one. It's super, super easy. So what I've done is I've connected to my server, and you can see here that there is nothing there, right? If I go to my URL, Online Marketing Tutorial Videos, and I refresh it, you see there's absolutely nothing there, right? So there's a couple ways to get something on your server side. The easy way is to just drag something. So I just grabbed an image off my desktop and I dragged it, and I'm just going to let it go right here on my server side. You see that? That image is already there on my server. So let me go to my URL. If I refresh it in my browser, there it is. Let me click on it. That's what I just uploaded to my server. Now it's just an image, so there's really not a whole lot going on there. And you'll notice that the path is my domain name /b3.png. Now the reason why this gets a / and it gets put at the end here is because my domain is looking for an index file. The index file is the main file that will work in conjunction with my domain here. Okay? Everything else just gets put into a forward slash, and the file will be named. If I put another file, let me see if I can find something here that I can drag. Let me go ahead and drag a flyer here. Okay, this is a PDF that I just dragged over. It's taking a little bit more time to load up, and we'll see in just a second how that works. Let me go to my URL, I'll refresh it, and you can see that now I have a PDF. So let me click on that, and there the PDF opens up. Now look at my URL, /realspeedflyer.pdf. Okay, so your domain is always going to be looking for an index file to showcase on the very front. So that brings me to showing you how to use these green arrows here. What I've done is I've opened up a website, and all I'm going to do is highlight everything in this folder, everything contained in this folder. This is a complete website. You can see that it has an index file, it has a style sheet, it has graphics, it has a whole bunch of things that are needed for a regular website, an image folder. So I'm going to hit this green arrow right here, and that is going to start putting everything on my server side. Now we have an index file this time, so the index file is going to be read first, and this online marketing tutorial videos.com will then display the index file. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit more time because there's quite a few files that are getting put up, but it doesn't take a whole lot of time. It shouldn't take you more than a few minutes to get one basic HTML website over and active. So you can see by now it's already there. Let me go back to my URL. Here it is. Let me refresh it. And you see that now my domain name is displaying the index.html file. And I have a full working website. Everything is all connected here. Now this isn't the website that I'm going to use for this domain. I just wanted to show it to you as an example. So you can see that everything is all laid out. And the way this is all laid out is that it has a style sheet that puts everything in order. Otherwise it'd just be a big scrambled mess. So that's pretty much it as far as transferring files over. And let's just say you have a file that you've transferred over, but it just was the wrong file, or you don't want it there. You can highlight all of your files. I'm going to hit delete on my keyboard, click OK, and now through FTP I can delete any file that is on my server. Let me go back to my URL and refresh. Let me go back to the very beginning here. Let me hit online marketing video, tutorial videos, and I have a fresh server again. All right, so that's going to basically conclude our FTP process, setup, and everything involved here. So now that you've gone through these online marketing basics, you now know how to buy a domain, how to set up your FTP, how to get your web hosting, how to make sure the name servers or phone numbers from your domain are calling your web hosting, and getting that FTP to display all the files on your website. All right? If you would like to find out more about building an HTML website, some tools that I use just to build a simple WordPress website, you're going to want to check out some of my other courses that go step by step in all of these different nuances of online marketing. This is just the beginning here. Now, once you learn how to do these items, it's going to be a piece of cake from here on out. It's going to be all of this will be taken care of within an hour once you're up and running. So use these videos as reference. Use them step by step. We hope that you've enjoyed the online marketing tutorial videos part 1, and I really hope that you are interested in our further videos, that you can advance your knowledge and get your online marketing business up and running as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and thanks for taking part of our online marketing tutorial videos course.